All right, guys, it's time. 2023 YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame ballot. Now, everybody has different criteria when they choose their channels for their ballot, and I'm no different. My criteria is pretty simple. First off, I have to like watching the channel. So it has to be a channel that I enjoy. It has to be somebody that I feel has a passion for what they're doing, what they're collecting. And to me, it's not so much about what particular sport or player or whatever it is they're collecting. I just enjoy seeing the passion because I've been doing this for a long time, collecting cards, and I have a real passion for it. It's important to me, and I enjoy seeing other channels where I feel like what they're doing is important to them. So I've got 10 channels here. Let's go through them. They're going to be in no particular order. We'll start off with an old school channel. And when I say old school, this guy's been around for, almost as long as YouTube. and I think of, when I think of YouTube sports card channels, like it's like dog years. Like 1 year is equivalent to 7. So first channel, Brad 8671. I think this is going to be the year for Brad. I've seen several other people that had him on their ballot, and deservingly so. Brad is a great member of the community. He's one of the most generous guys I've ever met. I've told the story before about the first time I met Brad a couple years ago at the National, and I was looking for a particular card. It was a Russell Westbrook card, and I had just met Brad probably like the day before. This may have been like on day 2 of the National, and he knew the card I was looking for, and he saw one, and he tracked me down. And if you've ever been to a National, it's not easy to track somebody down, but he tracked me down, and he was trying to explain to me where it was. And I thought I had a pretty general idea, but being the guy that Brad is, he's like, "No, you know what? I'll walk over there with you." And then we get over there, and the dealer's busy, so we're having to wait. And Brad, he just sticks it out, hangs out with you. He wants to see you get what you want. And great channel, so much knowledge about football. One of the most knowledgeable guys, not only about cards, but just football in general. So Brad 8671, you have got my vote, my friend. Next up, I don't think I've seen him on any ballots yet, but this is Jake, 90s b-ball cards. Another super nice guy. He puts a lot of time and effort into his videos, and he's not like a real big high-end collector necessarily, but he has a lot of knowledge about what he's doing. A big Penny Hardaway collector. Don't get me wrong, Jake has some really nice cards, but that's not what's the most important thing to him. And I really appreciate the quality and time and effort that he puts into his videos, and the knowledge that he shares. So Jake, 90s b-ball cards. Next up, Lou Rock TV. Just full of energy, full of passion. Great Roberto Clemente collector. Just really chill guy. Like I met Lou at the National. I had a great time hanging out with him. Just loads of fun. If you want to see passion and what a true collector is really about, then watch Lou Rock TV. another old school guy that I think it's probably, I'm predicting he's going to get in, but we'll see. Mr. Amish Dave Archer. Very polarizing, self-admittedly, and he will from time to time ruffle some feathers, and he makes no apologies about that. And Dave's one of those guys, like, sometimes you're going to agree with him, sometimes you won't, and he's going to say what he believes, and if you agree with him, fine, and if you don't, fine. But great collector, great channel. Gosh, man, he, like, I think him along with my good friend Michael Moeller, I think those two guys have the greatest knowledge on pack odds from the 90s sets. Man, like they know they know so much about those 90s inserts and parallels and the pack odds. And Dave has a lot of guys that he likes to collect. I really enjoyed seeing some of his Sharif Abdur-Rahim purchases that he's made recently, and of course he has the the absolute crazy Josh Johnson collection. So Dave is, man, he's a collector, and Dave's got my vote. Next up, one of the most impressive collections, and then just human beings. I mean, this guy's, he's become one of my really good friends, and that is Josh Rated Rookie. Just great variety, depth. I mean, he's got low end, mid end, high end, different players, different sports. Just a lot of knowledge, a lot of passion, and like I said, he's just a great guy. Never really heard anyone say a negative word about Josh, and I would probably have to quickly correct them if they did. So Josh, you got my vote. Next up, Because I'm Carlos. Another guy that's become, a good friend of mine over the past, I don't know, year and a half, and super knowledgeable. Puts out a ton of videos and has the great Friday night live stream, which sometimes he's kind enough to invite me on there, and it's fun because it's just a round table of people just talking about whatever is going on. But he has a great collection too. He's he kind of gets pinholed as a hockey guy because of the Medano stuff, but he vintage baseball. He has a tremendous collection of vintage baseball, working on several sets at the moment. So yeah, Because I'm Carlos. Next up is Ben, Dead Guy Cardboard. Really surprising to me that Ben hasn't already been elected in. Just like everybody on this list, I feel like I'm just repeating myself, but great knowledge, great collection, super great guy. Does a lot of 90s stuff, does a lot of vintage stuff. So just great stuff, and he puts out good videos, like really good videos. So definitely check out Ben, Dead Guy Cardboard. Next is a guy I haven't watched. I'll admit I've been trying to catch up on watching some of the Ballot videos, and I don't think I've seen this guy on one yet, but I would be shocked if I don't see him on more as we go along here. And that is Brandon, Baubles and Ball Cards. So Brandon's a great guy that I met for the first time at this past year's National in Atlantic City. Got to chat with him a few times. And, we'll message each other back and forth here and there. Always good conversation. Sometimes we like to needle, poke fun at each other. But just a great guy, great family, Brandon and Mrs. Baubles. Just great members of the community. I feel like they really, do a good job of, bringing people together. He does, a lot of live streams and, SGC group submissions. So, he'll do the reveals and stuff. So he has a community there that he's built, and, he's incorporated that into, our little small niche community as well. So, yeah, happy to vote for Brandon, Baubles and Ball Cards. Check him out. So 2 left. We have Mr. James, Elite Hunters. James, met James at a Dallas card show, maybe last year. Yeah, I think it might have been last year. Really enjoyed talking with James. Like, I always enjoy when he does the live streams where he'll bring on, John Mangini, Lou, who else is on there? Don, I think, is on there some. Don Field of Dreams. Always great to listen to those guys chat. So, great collection. I think he's currently working on a 52 top set, which is, that's no small feat there. But yeah, James, Elite Hunters, another passionate guy and great channel. So check out Elite Hunters. Last one. One of my favorite guys in this community, and the reason why is because you're never going to see this guy make a video where he's not smiling or laughing at some point in the video. Sometimes he'll be laughing at something someone said. Sometimes he might be laughing at something he said. But this guy is just, he's just going to bring a smile to your face. And great collector. Really likes to collect the Mets, Pete Alonso, but, he collects a little bit of everything as well. A lot of non-sport Star Wars stuff. And that is Big Scott 35, Scott. Yeah, man, it's just he's just one of those guys. Like, his energy is just contagious, and he just brings a lot of positivity to any room that he steps in, and just kind of lights the room up and lightens things up a little bit, which, let's be honest, at times that is much needed, because after all, we are collecting pieces of cardboard with, either men, women, athletes, whatever there may be on there. So, not the most serious thing in the world. And I think Scott, just a real lighthearted guy. So, yeah, happy to vote for Scott as my final one. So yeah, that is my 2023 YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame ballot. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I encourage you to get out there and vote for your favorite channels, just to get them some exposure and have some fun, because it seems like every year when we do this, a lot of times the real meaning behind it kind of gets lost, and people start complaining or whatever about various things. And self-admittedly, I may be one of the people that is currently in there. I might be one of those that's the the 190 hitter that some people have referred to, that would never get elected if it was a real Hall of Fame. And that's probably true, but it's not a real Hall of Fame, guys. I can assure you. Like, there's not plaques on the wall. There's no admission fee to get in. It's it is what it is as far as that goes. It's a place where we can recognize channels that we appreciate for whatever reason that we want to. I mean, Jake has has set a small criteria, and as long as you follow that, you can vote for whatever channels you like. And big shout out to Jake too. Legends never die. Man, I think I think he knew that this was going to be tough when he took this over for Mike last year. And to me, Jake is like the perfect guy to do that, because he's just such a level-headed and positive guy. Like, he's not going to let the the negative stuff get to him one bit. So yeah, big shout out to Jake for for putting this on, doing all the work behind the scenes, and blocking out the noise and staying the course, man. So all right, guys, that is it for me. So vote for your favorite channels and take care.